because we're tied at 18-18 with 2:22 to go in the first half. Again, brought to you by State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue in Bristol. Coach Timmons still pleading his case, this time with a different ref. It'll be Bearcat ball.
Well, I will say this. After that little interchange there, let's just kind of see how this thing's going to be officiated now.
Yeah, you got to expect, too, how Coach Timmons can act on the sideline, too, you know. You never know. Sidnor has it, right wing. They get it inside, a wide open look. Kerrigan Bailey lays it in. Good find there by Allie Sidnor. A lot of good motion there that time down the floor. And like you said, it's more offense going into more sets this game, it seems like.
Yeah.
Of course, this is a battle team that's not turned it over an awful lot. I mean, they had a little spell there at the end of the first.
And we got to play off a little bit now because of the fact of the foul count.
Yep. 20-18, Cats with the lead. Deal has it. Left corner as they'll dribble it back out. Smith has it, guarded by Owen. Cats switching off to his own look. Smith trying to drive. They'll get it to Deal left side. Now Smith had a look at three, nearly traveled, but no call. And they'll reset with 1:30 in the half. As this Virginia high side getting loud over here. The ball's lost. Cats got it on the floor, and they call a foul.
And we got the turnover. That should put us to the line now. Hey, it's kind of hard to talk right now because these fans are going crazy in here.
So they get it down there and get the foul called after the turnover. Now the Cats will go to the line as they're in the one-on-one. It'll send Owens to the line.
But I wish some other people could be here. I mean, I love the energy.
Yeah, that's what we like, don't we? Yeah. 20-18, Cats with the lead, have a chance to extend it here. That was just a really good defensive possession there. Never let anything get inside. Campbell goes to the line. It's not Owens. Campbell goes and makes the first. Makes it a three-point lead for the Cats with 1:20 to go until half. Second free throw up and rattles out. Ball bounces off a battle defender, but Taylor Owens tried to save it. It probably would have been our ball. I think Owens tried to save it. Battle tried to throw it to somebody that hit off the top of her head.
Like she didn't want it and tried to throw it back to her and it went out, but I think Taylor tried to save it and went off us.
So Campbell makes one of the two. 21-18 Cats lead with 1:10 on the clock until half. Hatter had it, gave it back up. Smith trying to drive.
Really lost it.
Yeah, nearly turned it over. Smith had a look there from the left wing, passed it up. They'll drive right side and a foul called as the drive from Smith. They'll call it on Campbell. Campbell's second, they say, but
I think it's on who they called. I thought it was on Jada.
Maybe they called it on Jada.
Yeah, that's her second.
Yeah, Jada, sorry about that.
You got to be careful there because I'm with you. I do believe she might have three, though.
I believe she does have three, but she's only got four according. She had one earlier.
Yeah. They only got two according to the scoreboard. But I've been here enough. If she has three, they'll know and they'll let us know.
So Campbell will have to go sit, and I think she's mad. But if the scoreboard's right, she's actually been given a freebie.
Right,
so she ought not be too mad about it. 56 seconds. They made the first. Smith made the first. Now Campbell's going to check back in. Campbell checks back in, and De Leon will sit. You think that's what happened? Do you think they looked at the scoreboard and saw the two, and maybe Coach Timmons thought there was three? We're talking with the refs right now, I believe. Or what are they saying here? Maybe the substitution couldn't happen. All right, so Jada will come back out, and they're going to put Lockhart back into the game with 56.8 seconds to go. Smith still waiting for her second free throw, and John Battle will make a change too. Sydney Bailey, the senior center, will check in for Haley Hall. I'm like you. Second free throw missed. Actually, they're going to call I don't know what they called there. What they call a violation? A lane violation?
I guess a foul.
On Monk. It must have been a foul after the miss.
Yeah.
And it'll send Lockhart to the line. 21-19, and she missed it, and then the foul on the rebound will send the Cats to the line on the other end. Both teams have 8 fouls apiece. That first free throw up, bounces off and missed.
Kerrigan got the rebound, put it
Kerrigan Bailey missed, but then Owens got her own board, got a rebound back, and the ball bounced around. Sidnor came down with it. 47 seconds, Cats up 21-19. Couple of boards there after the miss on the free throw. Now Amaya Lee dribbling off a screen, gets it back out, bounce past to Lockhart. Lockhart looking, free throw line. Nearly traveled, but gave it up.
Let's just set back up here. We got plenty of time. Set back up.
Allie Sidnor trying to drive, lots of contact, and she'll go to the line. Might have been a good foul to get there. Might have went on Smith. Let's see who they end up calling that off. They end up giving that to Michaela Monk, and they'll check back in Colleen Hatterer.
That's huge because if we can get a couple on Smith. That's
Monk has 3. That wasn't Smith, but that was Monk.
But I said if we can get a couple on Smith, that's going to be huge because, like I said, they only really have one true point guard.
Sidnor goes to the line, makes the first. Now 22-19, Cats with the lead, 28.3. How many points is that now for Allie?
She has 7 right now.
So a good first half for her. And she'll line up her second free throw, hits off the right rim and missed, brought down by Deal.
Got a D up now. We got like 20 seconds.
Left until half. As she gets set, Smith trying to drive. She'll give it up. Colleen Hatterer. Hatterer misses off the side of the glass, and it will go against the Cats as the ball went out of bounds. Now they're going to check in
now,
Kelsey Harrington.
Well, I like to see we got 14 seconds here. I like to see let's set up a play here. Let's set something up, get the last shot.
14 seconds. As Amaya Lee dribbling up the floor. You probably want her to go a little bit quicker, don't you? 8 seconds. She hadn't even passed half court. Now she has with 6 seconds. Lee working off 5 seconds on the clock. Layup, foul, got it. How quick was that? Dribbled it over to the right side and got to the line. Got to the baseline. Now she'll go to the free throw line for an extra and one attempt here with 2.2 seconds to go until half. That's just Amaya. They're creating off the dribble on her own, really.
Well, and Coach Timmons was yelling at Allie here. They were trying to run some kind of play, and like I said, we've been like just a little bit off right now in this first half.
The and one attempt goes in.
2 seconds. Don't give up anything cheap here.
Hatter dribbling it, trying to loft one from half court, comes up short. 25-19, Cats lead as we head into half. Good little jolt there at the end to come away with that three-point play, that's for sure. I know Coach Timmons isn't very happy with the execution or some of the calls that have happened.
We're just a little bit off right now. Like I said, we had some miscues defensively. You're not sure who we have. And part of that is you're dealing with young kids, and we're trying to switch and do things like that. And offensively, I think we've struggled getting the ball like to Taylor. I don't know how many shots she's had, and we struggle to get the ball to Jada right now. So we'll see. I think right now, Allie and Amaya stepped up offensively right now.
Let's go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back for the halftime report here from John Battle. Cats lead 25-19. We'll be right back.
They'll challenge your authority because that's what kids do. But this car is your territory. And in here, your word is law. So when you say you won't move until everyone's buckled up, you won't budge an inch until you hear that click. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. For more information, visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yep, he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
It's 6:42 p.m. Time for Steve Plato and his son Dylan to do the dishes. They talk about everything from the yuckiness of girls to the awesomeness of his soccer team. Sometimes they don't talk at all. Then, hey! The dreaded splash fight. It's Dad o'clock, and it's the best time of the day. Because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Adopt U.S. Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You're bringing your daughter to her favorite pop star's concert.
You're listening to the Bearcat Tip-Off Show on Bearcat Radio. Welcome back as we've hit halftime in game number 1 of our doubleheader here, a varsity doubleheader from John Battle High School. 25-19, Bearcats hold on to a lead here in a pretty quick first half. We had close to, I think, 16 total fouls in the first half, but all in all, it seemed like it went by pretty quickly. We'll go to Coach Sidnor now real quick for what these teams, some adjustments we need to see at halftime. What are they talking about? Virginia High's already back out here, but what adjustments?
I think for us, we're just going to have to start hitting some shots. We struggle early, and that's how they beat us the last game. We struggled shooting the ball. I thought we did really well that first quarter, working the ball inside. Maybe get back to that a little bit, but we kind of have to get these girls going. Like I said, Maya and Allie both had big first halves to kind of get scoring going a little bit. So, but we got to get Taylor going a little bit here.
So we'll see what happens. Let's look at the first half summary. The Cats finished the first quarter tied with the Trojans, 12-12, and then they outscored them in the second quarter, 13-7. So that second quarter really the difference in this one as we sit at 25-19, and some trends from this game. Like you said, we thought they were going to change some things up with Hatter as far as who was going to be guarding her, and they have. I think 4 different girls have guarded her.
And it's huge as a player when you're facing a kid that has speed. Okay, so that's going to make you run. That's going to make you, hustle a little bit more. Well, then you put somebody on that has the height, it has the length on you. So now you have to change your shot angle now. So those different things. You put on somebody a little bit more physical now, and then they're going to lean on you a little bit. So those little things right there, that makes an offensive player change their game just a little bit and gets them out of rhythm.
So we'll see if they can keep Hatter out of rhythm. I'm not sure on the total stats. We haven't had any stats to this point given to us, so I would say, though, keeping her right where you want. They're kind of bottling her up here and there. She's had a couple of fast break opportunities that she's been able to get out of. I think really a big moment of this game so far is the three-point play down here at the end of the half.
Yeah, that's huge.
Being able to take advantage, because we've seen a lot of times this year the Cats just not being aware of the time, but right there they had a set, and it looked like they weren't even going to get that. Maya was sort of dribbling it up kind of slow. He had 14 seconds.
Well, Coach Timmons was he was yelling out a play, and he was trying to get Allie to go somewhere, and she wasn't in the right spot, and they were trying to set something up. But like you were screaming out, you don't have much time. You got to do something. And Maya, she got in there and got the layup and got the and one. So that was huge.
She drove around the right wing, came off a screen, and found it in there, and then was able to get the and one after the foul. So it ended up working out pretty good as we sit at halftime, 25-19. Again, don't know about the next game. It'll probably be a playoff game as far as we know. I know we won't be able to broadcast Tuesday night because I have class. So
it's a big game, though. That's a huge game.
One. We might find somebody.
If you guys are listening, you need to come to the Bearcat Den. That's a huge game against Lebanon. Yeah, it could very well determine first place for the district.
Yeah, and the girls and then the boys team. I talked to Coach Raznick earlier. They're sitting, I think, tied for second. The way we've worked it out, I think they are sitting second place in the Southwest District. And
again, that's a big game for them. They got to get that win.
They're tied with Lebanon too. Yeah. So it's interesting to see how that all plays out. Again, the next broadcast for us will be right after this. So we got the boys varsity game coming up. But then you can just stay tuned on our social media at VHS Bearcat Radio on Twitter, and then just search Bearcat Radio on Facebook. Again, tonight's game is brought to you by State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue in Bristol and BSN Sports in Bristol. So we'll get back. We'll go to what to expect in the second half. We're going to take a little bit of a longer break. We'll take about a 2.5-minute break here off air, and we'll get back for the second half of action right after this.
Hey, y'all, I'm Blake Shelton. I love that country music connects people all over this great nation, but unfortunately so does something else, childhood hunger. 15 million children struggle with hunger in America. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks works to rescue our surplus food to help provide billions of meals to families in need across the country. Join the fight against hunger at feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
In the wake of a disaster, what one thing can you send that will help people the most? A blanket, a tent, a sandbag, a doctor. Actually, if you send a monetary donation, you send all these things. Even a small donation can make a big impact and can quickly become exactly what people affected by disaster need most.
In the wake of a hurricane, your monetary donation can make a huge difference to those in need. To donate, visit supporthurricanerelief.org. That's supporthurricanerelief.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
They'll challenge your authority because that's what kids do.